Well, good afternoon again. Here I am back with you, Black and Married with Kids. I hope you had a great Tuesday. Takeover Tuesday is here for us to have some real talk, spiritual, real talk about life and relationships, and how better setting and how apropos would it be for right here, Black and Married with Kids. I am Dunamis D, affectionately known as Pastor D, and I'm so excited about today because we got a great topic for the woman who has been igniting her power, who has been walking in confidence, who has been a game changer in her life and her legacy. And I want to thank really Lamar and Ronnie Tyler for this opportunity to come on Black and Married with Kids, because it's a lot of things going on within our marriages, within our relationships, particularly with the Black community. And I am very empathic, as you can probably see. I am a Black woman. I have been married. I have been divorced, blended family. I have two wonderful daughters, had a husband who raised them with me, and it was a task. It was a beautiful thing. We had to implement so many spiritual principles in our life, and we saw the effect of it, the great effect, the positive effect. So when I'm coming to you today with all the spiritual nuggets that I'm giving you, hey, Diana, I'm not just giving it to you because I thought of it or I made it up, or not even just that I read it in the scripture, but I live by the spiritual principles. And it's the principles, it's the mysteries, it's the hidden things that we get through living those that ignite our life, our power, and our change. Thanks, Shanti. Had to get it together, honey. Had to get it together. So all of you all, there's no man, there's no woman, there's no human being who have ever not experienced betrayal and rejection. So if that is you and you can admit that, I want you to share this post, tell some other woman, even the men, you all, to get on here, because this is going to revolutionize your life. We have been on a 10-day healing for my soul challenge. And when I say we, thousands of women across the globe. I have been coming through our Mighty Christian Women group. I have been on a webinar for 10 consecutive evenings. And it has been some great revelation and truth as we have been facing some things, conquering some things, dealing with some things as it relates to betrayal and rejection. They had homework assignments. They had things they had to turn in. And if you ever heard these testimonies like I'm hearing it, my life was greatly impacted by their lives. So it's a two-way street. It's not just me, it's them as well. So I'm excited. Hey, Candace, you know what I'm talking about, don't you, honey? It's been wonderful. And tonight is our last night this is the 10th night. It's going to be great. It's going to be the bomb. It's going to start at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you never is too late to get on it. The bit.ly is right there. Healing Challenge. Okay. Even as the word says, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So it doesn't matter. We even have them in our Mighty Christian Women group that you can look at them and see the other days, because it will definitely change your life. But tonight, I really want to speak to the women, every woman who knows and has become confident that she is the woman. When I say the woman, you are the woman who has been assigned. Melissa, I'm excited about tonight as well, who has been assigned to the man in your life. Even if you're unmarried right now and you're single, please know that you are the woman that will be chosen for the man. So I use the intentionally because it changes your whole paradigm. It shifts your paradigm, because that means I'm not just any woman, okay? It's something about me. It's something that has been endowed within me that I cannot just be ordinary. I am extraordinary. So specifically, when I am deemed, I'm deemed with purpose. Everything comes in my life with purpose, for purpose, because I am on purpose. So as the woman, you have taken some hits. Come on now. A woman, I always like to use this analogy, can swim in the shallow, okay? But the woman, she deals with some deep stuff, okay? Stuff that comes her way that really will make her question herself. Why me? Why me? And I used to do that, but I had to learn as I was spiritually led. It ain't about why me. It's really why not me? Because it's something that's in me that no matter what, life has have come my way because I got the power. I got the strength. It's called the dunamis, you all, to be able to handle it. And that's why, as the woman, the most deadly thing that you can do is compare yourself. Don't ever compare yourself, because you are fearfully, wonderfully made. Dunamis was wrought on the inside of you. You just have to become that dunamis woman. You have to know who you are from the inside out. But in order to do that, you have to be cleaned up from the inside out. And that's why healing is so important. Hey, Shanti, that's why healing is imperative, particularly in this era of time that we're living in, because we have come through many generations, our lineage, our ancestors. I want you to take a moment real quick and just think about our ancestors and what they had to go through and what they had to encounter in order for us to be able to live and reap a lot of the benefits that we have reaped. However, what is it going to take for our future generations? So as the woman, you already know this is not about you. This is about your life. This is about your legacy. And you cannot live with a legacy without actually understanding the man that you have been assigned to. That's why I love Black and Married with Kids, because you're Black and you're married. And you have kids, and many of you all probably have blended families. So you can never negate the man that you're married to, even the man who have fathered your children. The man, he is paramount. He is so important. His mind is mega. His heart is tender. He don't like to show that part of him, but he has so much that has been endowed with him. But what has been endowed within him has been taken out of him for you to give back to him. The power, the dunamis is given. But when that betrayal and that rejection comes, it wants to diminish your power. So I want to talk about, many of us have come through some things. I'm going to give you credit for that. I have. But what we're talking about tonight is the residue. We dealt with the residue on this healing challenge. And boy, did minds be shifted, because I talked about how that little small amount of that remains within the depths of your soul. Now, the main part that you had to deal with the betrayal, whether it was from father, whether it was from your childhood, whether it was from that elementary school girl, high school girl, boyfriend, even in your present marriage or whatever, however that betrayal have come, many of you all have faced a lot of those things and you have conquered some things. But it's that little small portion that can kill you. I gave the analogy when I was in the Healing for the Soul Challenge. I'm gonna be dignified with you all, because I was kind of like raw with them, but they got it. But I gave them the analogy: if you had a bottle of water, and in that bottle of water you knew it was just a little stench of urine, just a little piss. It didn't look like it, because the stench of it, the little small portion of the urine, it did not change the color of the water. The color of the water still looks clear. But if somebody told you that it was just a little drop of urine in that water, would you still drink it? Y'all can answer that question. Would you still drink it? And I promise you, your answer would be no, because you knew. And it would be that little bit of that small part of that urine in that tall bottle of water that can mess you up. You don't know if it's tainted. You don't know where it came from. You don't know what's in it. So you wouldn't even trust it. Well, you all, that is the same way the residue is in our soul, based upon our past pain of betrayal, based upon our past pain of rejection. And you're so powerful that you're moving into greatness. You're moving and you're striving every day to get to a higher place, whether it's in your marriage, your business, your children, your life, whatever that is for you. But it's that little residue, that little stench of urine that's in the deep of your soul, in your subconscious, hey, Clarence, that you don't even realize can hinder you. Why? Because it's spiritual. It's spiritual forces. It's spiritual that knows that it's there. And I know that we already realize that according to the word in Ephesians 6:12, hey, Fiona, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness, principalities in high places. So you all, I want to give you some nuggets because I want you to be able to heal from the residue. Now I'm gonna give you some tidbits, but that still don't mean you ain't got to go through your process, okay? And I want to just welcome everybody who just jumped on, Clarence, Fiona, and all those who jumped on. I am Dunamis D, affectionately known to so many as Pastor D. I am the founder of Dunamis Woman Enterprise, LLC, where our whole mission, our whole modus operandi is to spiritually empower you through coaching, mentorship, leadership, prayer, that you may experience the miraculous healing of power of God. And that's what dunamis means. It means a miracle itself. And in that miracle is power, its strength, its ability, its might, it's a force that has been endowed within you. And this is not just for you. This is for your life and your legacy. And I'm very empathic about the work that we do, working with my daughters, Ariel and Allison Fuller. I'm so empathic about what we do because in our Black community, our generations seem to be growing worse and worse and worse. And as I look at statistics from a health-wise, financial-wise, emotional-wise, incarceration, a lot of things are going on in our communities. We're growing worse and worse and worse. But through the miraculous power of God, as we heed to what he is saying and implement spiritual principles, not just go to church and not just say, okay, I did something on Sunday. I'm not too much of just an advocate on that when our house is still messed up, when our marriages haven't experienced the fullness of what the relationship is about. So we all have some growing to do. So I'm going to give you some nuggets about how the woman can begin the process of healing from the residue of past betrayal. Even if the man, the husband in your life, has not been the one who betrayed you, let me tell you something. He does not deserve to be inflicted with the pain that somebody else inflicted upon you. I, as a spiritual life and relationship coach and a clinical therapist who've been in this profession for almost a little over 3 decades, there's no way you can convince me that we're not inflicting one another. And it just doesn't go with the man being inflicted. The men are inflicting the woman. So we keep inflicting one another with past pains that nobody really had directly anything to do with. You know, I tell people from a ministerial standpoint, relationship standpoint, from my wife's standpoint, I ain't do it. Okay, so let's get healed from this stuff. Let's deal with the things that are coming to hinder us from progressing and being wealthy, not just from a money standpoint, but rich in our homes and with our relationships with our children and our legacy. And that's why we're having the healing challenge, because I'm going to challenge you. In this healing challenge, you're directly challenged to face it, okay? And what you don't really realize is buried and repressed in your subconscious. I'm going to dig that out. And not just because I am a professional, but the main thing is I have an ear to hear and I'm spirit-led, and the Holy Spirit is ancient. So he knows about you, your mama, your grandmama, your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmama, and the mantle has been passed for you to shift things around for your life and legacy as the woman, okay? So let's go with the how-to. How does this woman begin this process? Because it's a process, and that's why I want you to join me in a few minutes right here on this 10th day for the healing challenge. All you got to do is go to that Bitly and sign up, and you will even see the last few days as it will continue to challenge you and we continue to progress and move forward. I'm an advocate of words. I'm a wordsmith, okay? So I love to take these words, and in words, I get meaning. It's just a gift that I have. So I took the word heal because that's what we want to do. We want to heal, okay? So the first thing that we have to do, the H stands for humble, humility. Black women, we have to humble ourselves. Now, I'm a woman, I'm a Black woman, and the main thing that I have to deal with in my own life is pride, okay? Because I can be self-sufficient, I'm a go-getter, that stench of independence. You know, we got to break that. We have to learn how to be interdependent. We have to admit I don't have it all together like I think I do. We are skillful at masking. We learned it from our own historical victimization of slavery. We learned how to mask. We learned how to put on hair. We learned how to put on clothes. We done learned how to drive nice cars. We learned how to make money, and we want to act like everything is wonderful. When deep down in our soul, we got to humble ourselves, and we got to do some admitting. It ain't all like I thought it was, not within me. Forget the external. Let's deal with the internal, okay? The next thing we have to do, which goes back to the humility, is no more excuses. Stop it. Come on now, open up our eyes. Let's come out of denial. Don't you see that we as a Black people, our minds are mega. We're creative. We got so many powerful businesses and Black businesses, and we got money, and we got a whole lot of stuff that we're doing. But when it comes to our relationships, we're struggling, okay? And the big D just is out there, oh, this don't work, I can get a divorce. No, we have to stop making excuses, and because if what you don't deal with now is going to deal with you later on. You got to be the woman and say, I can't make no more excuses. I want to be the best woman. I want to be the best mother. I want my children to see me as the woman, so my daughter can see me and have a great role model. My son, when he grow up, can attract the woman like the mother who says she don't make excuses. She deal with her stuff, okay? Which then you got to take action. You got to do something, okay? If you keep doing the same thing and think you're gonna get different results, y'all know what that means. Come on, give me the devil. Give me what that means. Give me the word. Give me that one big word with starting with an I. Okay? Insanity. Okay? You got to take action. Come out of your comfort zone. Do something that you have not done before, such as get on the healing challenge. Okay? Face it. Let's start getting healing in our soul. And your soul is your mind and your emotions and the woman. Because she's so powerful, because she's so great, because dynamite lives on the inside of her. The spiritual forces want to hit you straight in your emotions to make you live off of your feelings. And when your feelings get messed up, you could change the whole world in a negative way. That's just how powerful you are. And then the L, you all. Come on now. We got a lot of life lessons that we can learn from. A lot of life lessons that we can learn from. We got to be willing to really learn about some things that we don't know about life and relationships. You can't grow if you don't know. You just can't do it. You got to know that I got to grow in the areas that I really don't know about. I promise you all, I've been an advocate of God's word for over 39 years, probably, sitting down, dissecting them. And every time I go in there, I can't just look at it from a surface standpoint. I gotta read like I don't know nothing. I could pick up a book right now, and I gotta read like I ain't never been a business owner. I gotta read a book right now like I don't know anything. That tells me to humble myself, especially when I can be led by some people younger than me. I learned from my daughter. She's 28 years old. So I have to humble myself to say, you teaching me something? But you know what? When I humble myself, my eyes is open, and I'm like, that's my daughter. She's supposed to be smart. She knows a little something. Why don't I listen? Okay? Because as I was told, the apple don't fall far from the tree. But I got to be able to hear. And the great part about it, every generation is supposed to get better and better and better. I feel like a foreigner when I see her because, wow, it is getting better. She is my successor. She is that. We're so used to the downfall, but I have to humble myself. I have to humble myself, and I have to listen, and I have to learn from what she knows that I don't know. We're in two different generations, okay? So in that generation of millennials, they got a lot more knowledge. But when it comes to spiritual, when it comes to life and relationships, oh, baby, she better listen to mama. She better listen to mama. What am I saying? We complement one another, okay? It don't matter if I'm the mother, she's the daughter. And this is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if he's a husband and you the wife. It doesn't matter. Even your young children now, they can teach you something if you had an ear to hear and learn, okay? Healing, you all, is a therapeutic process. Therapeutic process. That means you have to wait. You have to humble yourself. You got to deal with some of the menial things of life that you never thought you would deal with. And the older you get, the more you got to humble yourself. The growner you think you are, the more you got to humble yourself like a little child. You know, I admonish you all. Minerva, Lakita, every woman, share this post. Tell some other woman, we still got a little time because we're going to start at 8 o'clock, but jump right back on. Go to that bit.ly, sign up for the Healing Challenge. You could come on tonight. I got giveaways. I'm giving away. I ain't going to tell you what I'm giving away because I got some people on this line who've been on the challenge and I don't want them to know what I'm giving away. But because they have stayed, because they have been there with me, because they have went through some processes, hey, Cynthia, because they stayed true to themselves, they didn't stay true to Pastor D, we got some giveaways. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be real live, okay? Can't be live like I want to be on somebody else's platform, but on my platform, Pastor D go in just a little bit low, a little bit deeper, just a little bit deeper. All right, there you have it. I'll see you on next Tuesday for Takeover Tuesday. Thank you all for being patient with me with the little mishap with my phone, but I came on here and we conquered it, we dealt with it, and that's what life is all about. It's not about what come up against you, but it's how you deal with it. And at the end of the day, you're considered a champion of your own life. Have a good one. Talk to you next week. God bless.